Whoa! Quick attack! Did it work? Did I scare you? Oh, spooky! That was my attempt at trying to be quick and attacking, and also, it's October, hello, you gotta have fun in there, but hey, what's going on guys, you're in with Hardy Tech. Welcome to my new series called Quick Attack. So, what this series is once or twice a week, I'm gonna take a look at some random specific thing from the Pokemon world. It could either be in-game stuff like trivia, or it could be stuff about development, or really anything about Pokemon in general. I figured now that the videos I'm doing take a lot more time to make and I won't be able to get them out as frequently, this could be a fun little thing to do once or twice a week to just, hang out with you guys for a bit. So don't expect these to be too long. I'll try to make them fun and informative and teach you guys some stuff, or just spend an entire video talking about Caterpies. I'm going to do that. One of these days, I'm going to make an entire Quick Attack just about Caterpies. But today I decided to do an episode that'll tie in with my most recent video being Pokemon Anthology for Pokemon Red and Blue. And today we're going to be looking at Pokemon that were originally planned for these games, but actually cut. In fact, did you know that Pokemon Red and Blue, as well as Pokemon Red and Green obviously, were originally planned to have 190 Pokemon in them and not the original 151 we actually got? Most of these Pokemon were actually already coded into the game, or at least partially coded into the game, but after they were cut, they had to put placeholders in their place, which is how we ended up with MissingNo. What gets even more interesting is that when you catch these MissingNo and trade them to a Generation 2 game, you actually end up receiving a certain Generation 2 Pokemon depending on which one you caught. Sadly, this doesn't mean that these were the Pokemon originally intended to be in Red and Blue, and they actually just have more to do with the index numbers in the Generation 2 games, but for a fun fact, here's the Pokemon that you can actually get by doing this. Though with that said, it is very strongly believed that Tyranitar was one of the Pokemon that was originally planned to be a part of Red and Blue, and if you've seen the first episode of the anime, it's pretty obvious they more than likely wanted Ho-Ho to be in the games as well. In fact, I wouldn't be too surprised if quite a few of the Generation 2 Pokemon we ended up getting were actually planned for Red and Blue originally, and they were just cut due to time constraints. Of course, we'd get them a generation later, and I guess we didn't really miss out on that much. Or did we? You see, other Pokemon have actually been uncovered in the early phases of the development of Red and Blue, but there isn't really much information known about them, unfortunately. And I apologize for this next part, as I will be looking at my phone occasionally, as I can't exactly remember a lot of these names, but we have Boohe, who actually resembles a bit of a cat, and it was originally, his index number was Caterpie's. Of course, there was Popu. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not sure how Japanese words work a lot of the time, but his Pokedex number is actually the same as what we now know as Quillfish. And looking at his art, he actually seems like he has a bit of like coughing-like gas coming out of his body, which makes me think he was possibly a poison type. Though his body looks more insect-like, I guess it could potentially be more of like a jellyfish maybe. Could this potentially be the early phases of Quillfish that we know now? Because Quillfish is a poison type, so there is that connection there. Of course, there are some of the more infamous ones, like Godzillante, who kind of resembles Tyranitar in my opinion. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this was like an early draft of what we now come to know as Tyranitar. And of course, standing next to him is Gorilla Emo? Gorilla Emo? Did they put like Green Day into the games now? But this Pokemon resembles a bit of King Kong, like that big monkey shape, possible reference to Donkey Kong. Or it could have been a very early drafted Pokemon we now know is Slacking, because they do share a lot of physical traits with each other. Then there's arguably the most infamous cut Pokemon of all time, being Dragon 4, which honestly, I was super excited when I first found out about this, because it meant at one point at least, we were going to end up with more Dragon types in Generation 1 than just the Dratini family, which would have been awesome, because just freaking Dragonite, what was he supposed to do in Generation 1? He's just there. Like, what are they thinking? Like, oh, we'll just make one ghost, one dragon. Why even make them types? I don't understand. It's just, I just don't get why they did that. But Dragon 4 actually resembled a bit of Charizard, so I wonder if Charizard being such a huge Pokemon and having very similar designs might have been the reason that he was originally cut, or could this have actually been an earlier draft of Charizard? That I don't know, as his Pokedex number was about 170 or so I don't know if there's a connection there, but there's always the possibility. And to end things off, we have this, known as Cabin. It makes me very uncomfortable. I theorize it is actually a pre-evolution to the Nicolas Cage meme. Other people think it could be an early form of either Jigglypuff or Snorlax. I'm just honestly not that upset that it actually didn't end up in the game. Of course, during the development of the games, a lot of Pokemon actually had redesigns, including an early draft here of Nidorino and Gengar. But I think I'll save some of those for another quick attack in the future. But for now, that is going to do it for this quick attack, guys. Hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. Please feel free to let me know what you think of this series. I don't know what time it is right now. This recording took about 9 minutes. What the fuck was I doing for 9 minutes? Hopefully I'll be able to edit that down a little bit. But I will see you guys next time. If you have any topics you'd like to see me talk about here on Quick Attack, please let me know down in the comment section down below. But until next time, we should have Pokemon Countdown, most forgotten Pokemon in the next few days. So hopefully I will see you guys there. Until then, I'm Marty Tech Yo-Yo. Peace.